How's it going, everyone? Bass here, and welcome back to my 5th version of my Green Bay Packers 7-round mock draft. So if you aren't subscribed already and you like the Green Bay Packers and you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button if you like the video. So just to recap some things, Green Bay, obviously they re-signed Aaron Jones. No one really saw that coming, so now running back becomes a lot less of a need. I still think they might draft one, but I'm thinking right around like 6th round value now rather than, say, 3rd or 4th. But can you imagine if the Packers somehow still drafted a running back in the 1st or 2nd, like Etienne or Najee Harris? Can you imagine the fan base exploding right now? And then obviously with Corey Linsley gone, they definitely have to find either a center or a tackle, because then they're going to have to shuffle guys around, either putting Elton Jenkins at center or Lucas Patrick at center. So if we bring up the draft screen here now, continuing on the Draft Network, I really like this site. I like the interactive trades and all that. And I think today I might try to be a little aggressive. I might try to do a little bit more trades, whether that be trading back to really get the player I want or trading up to get more value or more talent. So I think today I might be a little more aggressive and just see what I can rack in as the Packers GM here. So if we start the draft, get the first 5 picks out of the way, pretty usual. Seems to be Kyle Pitts keeps going 4th in these. You know, I could see it happening. And then the 2 tackles and the 2 quarterbacks. Adam Schefter said he thinks there's going to be 4 quarterbacks taken in the first 7 picks this year. He says book it, so I guess we'll see. I could definitely see that happening. That tends to happen. Teams trade up and whatnot, and just all these quarterbacks go off the board. And as we round out the first 10 picks, Farley actually went after Patrick Surtain this time, and Justin Fields to the Broncos, Jamar Chase to the Lions, and Trey Lance to the Eagles. Now, obviously, I'm going to be kind of looking over who's still available, because as I said, I might try to be a little aggressive, maybe trade up for someone. I don't think I want to trade up for Micah Parsons. I've been kind of valuing linebacker pretty heavily in these mocks, which some people don't like, but you know, there's a lot of value there sometimes, and I think the Packers might actually draft a linebacker early with Joe Barry being their defensive coordinator. But you know, I do trust Chris Barnes. I do trust Kamal Martin. I think they can be great linebackers in this system. So I don't know if I necessarily agree with trading up to, say, pick 15 for Parsons. Now, there's great value there, but I think the Packers have way more dire needs at corner and offensive linemen and defensive linemen. Wow, the Patriots didn't offer to trade back. That is probably the first time they have not offered to trade back. Darisaw going 14, definitely a tackle I was eyeing. Usually eye him. He seems to be kind of climbing up the boards there. Devonta Smith fell all the way to 15 to New England. I could definitely see that happening. I mean, New England already signed Aguilar and a bunch of 2 tight ends, Henry and Jonnu Smith. They've been going all out in free agency. For them to get Devonta Smith here at 15 would be insane. Mac Jones going as early as 12 to the Niners. That's it's interesting, but hey, here we are. So as of right now, Parsons still on the board at 16. Tevin Jenkins a good right tackle there. Travis Etienne, I should just draft him just for the outrage. We still have J.C. Horn at corner, Greg Newsome, which I'm really looking at. Cosme I'm looking at. I really want to try to go aggressive and go hard on needs for this draft. And I know it's not the best thing to do, go all out for needs. You usually want to go BPA, which I tend to do, but I kind of want to switch it up sometimes and just do different types of drafts. So to round out the 20th pick, we have Najee Harris going 16, Parsons going 17, Kwity Paye to Dolphins, Tevin Jenkins to the football team, and Rashad Bateman to the Bears. So on the board, we still have Etienne Morig, we have J.C. Horn, Vera Tucker, who I drafted in the last draft. Greg Newsome's still here, so I think Greg might end up falling to us. I hope. It looks like he's climbing up the board. But I also like Eric Stokes out of Georgia. If you saw his 40 time, I think it was a 4.28 today at his pro day at Georgia. Just absolutely insane. His RAS score is a 9.99, so I would not be mad trading a little bit down or even just taking Eric Stokes there at our pick. So the next 5 picks, you see Greg Newsome did go at 24. Could have traded up there. I do really like Greg Newsome out of Northwestern, but there's still a couple corners left in Aaron Robinson and Eric Stokes. As you see, J.C. Horn went at 21. Etienne went at 23, so I'm going to do the justice of not allowing me to draft him. So if we continue on, our pick is in 4 picks. I was just about to say, I really like Barmore. Jalen Mayfield here out of Michigan, I really like. Eichenberg is good. Eric Stokes there I might just have to take because good need there. But okay, so if we look at the trades before we go into our pick, to go back to pick 43 from 29, they're giving us a third and a fifth. The Bengals to go up to pick 38, which is only what, 9 picks away. They'll give us a fourth and a fifth and a seventh. I would kind of want like at least a third for that. And to go to pick 31, so 2 picks away, we'd get a third, but we'd have to give a fourth from the Chiefs. So if we look here, I really like Eric Stokes here, and I don't think the Chiefs would take him, so I might do that to go up from a fourth to a third and then try to grab Stokes at pick 31 because I think he will stay. And worst case scenario, we still have JOK on the board, Vera Tucker still on the board, Cosme still on the board. So at that rate, I think I am going to trade with the Chiefs here and maybe try to get a little bit more value if I can somehow get a second. So if I give them a third, I can actually get a second. If I give them a fourth, I can get a second even. I'm going to try doing that. I'm going to try sending that offer and see what they say. And they accepted it. Okay, I am very happy with that trade there. And they took Vera Tucker, so that's fine. So at this rate, Stokes is still decently far away. Now, a lot of people are probably looking at me like, dude, you got to take Owusu Koromoa. Again, I've just been going so hard on linebacker the past few mocks. I think I'm going to pass him up for this. I really like Cosme here and Jalen Mayfield because the Packers do need a tackle. I know they just restructured Billy Turner's deal and added 2 void years, so that kind of ties them to him a little bit longer. He's been playing great anyways. But the Packers do have a need at tackle. I just don't know if they're going to go in the first round. I think they could probably do it in the second or third. There's some good value there. So what if I wanted to trade down with the Jets? What if I wanted to go full Bill Belichick and trade down again? Now, obviously, trading down in the second round negates a fifth-year option, which is, important. But what if I wanted to go back 3 picks and maybe try to trade? See, I don't know. I just don't want someone to take Stokes because he's the next corner, and I know corners go. But I do want to get more value, and there's still tackles here, and I would be happy with taking either of these tackles. Honestly, all 3 of these tackles or Stokes. So even Leatherwood's a good right tackle. There's really a lot of tackles here. So Miami's kind of off the board there for a trade. They don't seem like they want to. So I might try to actually trade with the Eagles. It's 1 pick after at 37 because, like I said, there's 3 tackles on the board I like. I like Stokes. I'm very tempted to just grab them here, but the fact that there's 3 good tackles on the board, I do want to actually try to get a little bit more value out of this. So I'm thinking if I move down 6 picks and then swap thirds with the Eagles, because then that will bring me another 22 picks in the third rounds ahead. And then give them a 6th, which I'm not too worried about. Might actually be able to give them a 7th. Yes. Okay, so if I give them a 7th, let's see if they accept that. I'm going to do it. So let's see what the Eagles, they do. Okay, so let's pause the draft real quick. And knowing my luck, Stokes went to the Eagles, obviously. I mean, I kind of shot myself in the foot there. I should have known. I really should have known. This is what I get for being aggressive. And then, of course, Cosme goes. Gosh, if the next 2 picks are tackles, man, that will really hurt me. Zaven Collins is still here. Okay, Bolton goes, and Rondale Moore. Okay, so at this rate, I think I'm gonna be looking at these tackles because I like Jalen Mayfield. Eichenberg's more of a left tackle here. I like Jalen Mayfield. Leatherwood's plug and play, could be right tackle. Could also play guard. So with this pick, I think I'm just going to shore up, like I said, I'm just going to shore up the tackle spot. Like I said in previous videos, we don't know the status on David Bakhtiari, how soon he's going to be back, and if that's the case, Billy Turner's going to have to play left tackle. Then we really kind of have a decent hole at right tackle there, and you always need to protect 12. So with the 37th pick after trading down twice, missing out on Eric Stokes, so I really wanted... kind of my bad there for trading down again, but I'm going to go ahead and take Jalen Mayfield out of Michigan. Alright, so rounding out the next 13 picks, Zaven Collins went right after. Radins went to the Panthers. Corner, Aaron Robinson, Eichenberg, Rizzo, Wyatt Davis, Jason Owa, Creed Humphrey, Javonte Williams, Alex Leatherwood, Landon Dixon, Kelvin Joseph, and Davion Nixon. So the next corner on the board is actually Asante Samuel, and we did pick up a lot of draft value, so I might end up trying to trade up and grab him. There's Elijah Molden, too, who I don't mind. He is definitely the nickel-type corner, the slot corner, which, you know, I'm okay with, but I think, generally speaking, the Packers do need an outside corner more than they do need the slot corner. They just tendered Chandon Sullivan, who's kind of their slot corner role. Freiermuth definitely don't need. And Preston Smith's back, so you don't really need to value edge as much here. But Asante Samuel's sitting here, and he's the next corner on the board. So I might actually try to trade up here. So, yeah, just to try to kind of shore up this corner spot. So because of all the trading back I did, I actually do have 2 second rounds left, a third round, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, and a sixth. So I think trading up here is definitely the best bet to try to secure our corner. I'm going to try to trade with the football team here. Give them, so I'm right now I'm 11 picks away. Then I have 2 in a row. So I'm going to try to give them the 62 and then maybe a fifth. It says it's unlikely, but we'll just see what they say. Maybe they accept it. They probably won't. I might have to do it. Yeah, okay, so they denied. I would let it ride a pick, but generally speaking, I'm not going to try to trade with the Bears because I don't think they would. So here, I don't want to give up this fourth, so I might just give an extra 6 because then they'll definitely take that and then maybe get back a 7th. So I'm going to send that and see what they think, which they should accept this. Wow, okay, they didn't. So I'm just going to get rid of the 7th, or maybe I'll just add another. Hopefully I don't piss them off too much where they stop. There we go. They accepted it. Okay, so right now, I'm going to go ahead and take Asante Samuel Jr. out of Florida State and secure up a corner for the Packers because that is a desperate need right now. And we still have another pick coming right up, and I'm hoping I can maybe get a receiver here to kind of draft one for the future. And he should fall. We shall see. I'm looking for, yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown or Amari Rodgers. I really love Amari Rodgers, and I know this would probably be the 3rd time I've drafted him in a mock. Dwayne Eskridge is nice. Like I said, Freiermuth, not even going to look at. Jabril Cox I drafted in, I think, the last one, but I'm going to try to value, like I said, more needs, and if you look at our team needs over here, I got tackle and corner so far. I could either look at interior defensive line here, Tufele, Tagai, Amari Rodgers. There's a lot of good options here. And if you look, we also have another pick at pick 70. So we're kind of loading up on the 2nd/3rd round talent here, which I think is pretty deep in this draft, especially for guys like receivers and other players like edge and some linebackers. So with this pick, I'm going to do it. I was looking at Amon-Ra St. Brown, which I do like. It would be awesome to have both the St. Brown brothers, but I just like Amari Rodgers way too much. I just think he would add so much to the Packers offense. They could play him out of the backfield. He took running back snaps at his pro day. He could just be such a great gadget player, and he's a good receiver out of the slot and wide as well. So with this pick, I'm taking Amari Rodgers out of Clemson. Alright, my battery died on my camera, so I had to swap that out real quick, but I am back, and as you saw, I just took Amari Rodgers, receiver out of Clemson, and we have another pick at pick 70. No need to really trade up. We can kind of just let that rock. I'm going to definitely look at interior defensive line here. The Texans want to trade with us, but they want 4 picks in return. No can do, Houston there. So, Amon-Ra St. Brown went 2 picks before ours, where Carlos Basham goes. So we still have Jabril Cox here, Jay Tufele, Tommy Tagai, and Marlon T here. So I'm definitely going to look at these 3. I really do think the Packers do need to draft a interior defensive lineman here early in the draft, top 3, top 4 rounds. I think Dean Lowry's still going to be cut. I think the Packers do need to make more room for the rookie class and then also potential free agents they might want to sign and some playing money to have around to just use on whatever. They do need to create more cap space. As of today, they officially are under the cap for the new league year, which is great. I'm going to release a video about going over everything that's happened so far in the Packers free agency and salary cap. Probably release that tomorrow, but with this pick, I'm definitely looking at interior defensive lineman here. But also, Jabril Cox is staring at me, and I'm very tempted here. So looking over both Jay Tufele and Tommy Tagai, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Any Ohio State fans, you can correct me in the comments. I think I might go with Tommy here. It seems he's more of the run stuffer in terms of defensive lineman here. He fits a 3-4 in an odd front. The Packers could use a big body like him to, you know, stuff A and B gaps and stop the run and all that. So with this pick, I'm going Tommy Tagai, or however you want to pronounce it, out of Ohio State, interior defensive lineman. And then finally, there goes Jabril Cox. I was very tempted, but I don't want to pick Amari Rodgers and Jabril Cox again and pretty much make all my mocks the same. Plus, I have been neglecting interior defensive line in the past few mocks. A couple comments are like, yo, come on, we need some big fellas down there, which I agree. So I'm happy with our draft so far. I'm actually really happy with our draft so far. We have some great talent, and we filled pretty much our top 4 needs, which is great. So the 49ers just offered me this trade to go up to 117, and I'm just giving up a 7th round. And to be honest, you know, I don't know many players in the 7th round. I know a select handful. I'm not too up to date with the exact steals, 7th round steals yet. And to move up from 142 to 117, giving up a 7th, I'm actually going to do that and accept that trade. And then also, if you look here, we have edge Patrick Jones, who I really like, Marvin Wilson, who's, you know, kind of a shot in the dark there, but there's a lot of good players here that I could definitely look into, which, yeah. So with this pick, I'm really looking into HUFANGA here. He seems to be a very physical safety, could pretty much line up anywhere on the defense, could probably play that dime backer role, which the Packers like. They did not tender Raven Green, so I think HUFANGA could definitely take his role and play it, you know, even better. He's right here on the board. There is a need at safety in terms of like backup. You know, we do have Vernon Scott, but other than that, there's no real depth there. We just definitely do need some safety depth. There is Tariq Thompson here, but I like HUFANGA better. So with pick 117 in the 4th round, I'm gonna draft Talanoa HUFANGA out of USC. Plus, USC safeties have a good rep. So now that the draft is rolling and we go by our, I think, 5th pick, I believe, we kind of have the freedom to draft whoever we want because we hit pretty much every single need that the Packers have. And like I said, I was going to be a little bit more aggressive this draft and kind of really try to attack those needs, which honestly, a lot of guys fell right where we were drafting that were also needs. So that was great. But it also allows us, like I said, at this point to kind of do what we want and basically draft whatever from the 5th round on. So looking at this pick, I know a lot of people like Fehoko. He has an insane frame at 6'4", 227. The Amari Rodgers pick was more of that gadget slot type guy, so I'm actually interested in a bigger receiver here. Anthony Schwartz I drafted a few ago. He's more of that speedster. Probably going to pass up on him this draft. Daz Newsom's more of a slot guy. Marlon Williams, 6 foot. Shi Smith, 5'10". I really like Fehoko here. Devon Diablo I do like at safety, but we just got HUFANGA, kind of fits that role. We've other corners we could potentially draft. Lenore here. Running back I'm not too worried about, especially drafting Amari Rodgers. If you have Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, Amari Rodgers can take some running back snaps. I'm not too worried about it. Jalen Darden here is a slot receiver. Smith Marset is another tall guy. So I think right now I'm looking at Smith Marset and Fehoko here. There's Rashad Wildgoose out of Wisconsin, who's a corner that I think the Packers actually met with. So that's another option here. A lot of people do also like Jamar Jefferson, but like I said, with the running back, I'm not too worried about it right now in this draft. All right, so in the 5th round, I have decided I'm going to go Simi Fehoko over Amir Smith Marset. I really like his frame at being 6'4", and I know the Packers do have a few taller receivers, Lazard, St. Brown, MVS, but all those are free agents after this next year. Packers definitely need to draft a couple wide receivers in this draft, and I think Simi Fehoko is a good steal here at round 5 at pick 177, so that's what I'm going to take out of Stanford, Simi Fehoko. So as our next pick comes up, we could actually take Amir Smith Marset. Probably he might fall, but I don't know if the Packers are going to take 3 receivers like they did the MVS year. Not sure. Maybe I do it. I don't know. We'll see. Might end up probably just taking another corner, maybe Thomas Graham or another slot corner or something of the sort. And indeed, Smith Marset is still here, so still an option. Jalen, Darden I do like. I just don't see him falling this far, so that's a really good value here as well. So instead of going for a third receiver here, which I just don't think they'll end up doing, they might, but I don't think they will. I know they'll probably end up getting 2, but I think I'm actually going to go with edge Wyatt Hubert here. Now, obviously, Preston Smith's coming back, so that's 3 edge rushers with Zadarius, Preston, and Gary there. And they also tendered Randy Ramsey, but as I say in every video, you can never have enough pass rushers. It's good to draft guys that are developmental. They might, turn into something. So with this pick, I'm going to go Wyatt Hubert out of Kansas State. He also fits the 3-4 scheme, so that's good as a stand-up 3-4 outside linebacker. And I believe that actually might be our last pick, because I think I traded that 7th round to move up in the 4th, which the 49ers just offered me. I didn't even seek out that trade, but it was, moving up like 20-something odd picks to give a 7th, so definitely did it. But yeah, that is our last pick. So as the draft winds down here, wow, I'm surprised Dax Milne might not get drafted. I think he's going to be a steal, especially here in the 7th. So if we go to our picks here, I am very, very happy with this draft in terms of what the Packers need. Packers generally don't draft like this. They'll just take BPA and run with it, and everyone goes on Twitter and overreacts. But with this draft, I was a little aggressive, and I drafted for need. So with the first pick, I traded down twice. I traded down once to 31, and I was thinking, hey, I really like Eric Stokes. He is a burner, unmatched speed. I think he ran a 4.28 at Georgia's Pro Day today. Would be great. We do have a great need at corner, but we also have a need at tackle, and Jalen Mayfield fills that need. 6'5", 319 out of Michigan. He could start right away, but the beauty is he might not need to. So at pick 37, I'm very happy with that. And then at pick 51, I actually traded up in the 2nd round because Asante Samuel fell a little bit. Asante Samuel Jr., he's been kind of dropping down the board a little bit. At first it was, oh, I don't know if he's going to make it to 29, and now it's mid-2nd round type deal with him. I still like him saying that. I still like them. Still like him saying that. So traded up to get Asante Samuel, kind of work out that corner need for the Packers, because that's definitely a big need. I could definitely see them drafting 2 corners. I didn't in this draft, but getting Asante Samuel here is good value to me. And then at pick 63, we had another 2nd rounder due to all the trades we made. Drafted my favorite prospect out of the draft, Amari Rodgers. Can't go wrong drafting an A. Rodgers. You really can't. So drafting him, I really like him in the Packers offense. I think he would be a great gadget player for Matt LaFleur's system with the jet motions, orbit motions, all the such. Can play a little running back, can play slot, can return punts, can play outside. Your Swiss Army knife for offense. Really like him there at 63, so I drafted him. Then at pick 70, I drafted Tommy Togiai. Let me know, like I said, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, Ohio State fans. Fits a 3-4 scheme in an odd front. So definitely need a couple of other big guys down low. Kingsley Keke is going to take, I think, Dean Lowry's position. I think Dean Lowry is still going to get cut. But even if he doesn't, I still think Keke gets pretty much all of his snaps. But you definitely can always add more guys down low. So I think Tommy here is a great pick. And then we had to wait another 47 picks, which was a big drop, but it's okay because we got Hufanga, who I also really like. As a all-around safety, brings a great physical presence, can play box safety, can play in the slot. He can pretty much play anywhere. He's good against the run. I think it's great value there at 117. The Packers do need some safety depth. They didn't tender Raven Green. Obviously, they have Darnell Savage and Adrian Amos, so they're set at safety. But for depth reasons, really, I think after that, I think they have Vernon Scott. So Talanoa Hufanga here, I think, is great value. Then dropping down to 177, I drafted another wide receiver who a lot of people do like, Simi Fehoko out of Stanford, a big, tall frame guy, 6'4". With them drafting Amari Rodgers, the smaller 5'9.5" receiver, 211. I think they still, if they do end up doing that, they're going to draft another receiver, that taller frame, because as I said, Devontae Adams is only one under contract after this year, so MVS, Allen Lazard, and St. Brown are all, potential or soon to be free agents after the 2021 season, so I could definitely see the Packers putting in future into the receiver role in this draft. So Simi Fehoko I really like as a developmental outside, tall, lanky, athletic receiver, and he's fast too. And then my last pick, because we didn't have a 7th round, I drafted Wyatt Hubert. Don't know much about him. I know he can play stand-up 3-4 outside linebacker in a 3-4 scheme as an edge rusher, and as I always say, you can never have enough edge rushers. So overall, I really like this draft. I think I pretty much hit on the top 4 picks. I really like them. Let me know what you think. I'm interested to hear what you'd rate this draft. What would you think if, come draft day, the Packers did all these moves and this is exactly what they hauled in? Me, I'd be happy. But like I said, that's why we all have our own opinions. So in the comments down below, let me know what picks you liked, who I should have taken over another guy. If you saw a guy sitting there and screaming at the screen, yo, dude, take that guy. Don't take Amari Rodgers, blah, 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 blah. Let me know down in the comments. That's going to about do it for today. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your evening. And as always, go Pack Go.